What's up, everybody? Welcome to another reading with the CrownedPriestess. Happy Friday. I feel like the week be flying by now. I don't know. It's true what they say, like after a certain age, time is just like, doesn't feel real, you know? New moon in Scorpio, baby. Well, let me tell you, this shit didn't come to fuck around. This is like stuff getting put out for good, you know? It's like, this is like, fuck burning the bridge, you blowing the bridge up. Like, this is like throwing grenades at the bridge to make sure there's no way you can get back over there or anybody. I read something that said, I'm only spinning the block to set it on fire. Like some shit like that. That's like the energy right now, for real, y'all. Some of you are a person with special needs, or you have a child with special needs. My heart goes out. We here, Gina. We here. I know parenting is difficult in its own right, especially motherhood. But when you have a child with special needs, it is it's a different ball game, man. It's a different ball game. Especially if you're somebody who, you know, you have to be at it alone more often than not. So definitely sending love and light to that. I want you to know that you're doing a fantastic job. I want you to know that you're the most important person in the world to your child, especially if this is a child with special needs. As a mom, I feel you, I see you, I hear you, all the things. If you are a person with special needs, like an adult with special needs, make sure that you're being kind to yourself, that you're giving yourself a lot of grace, that you are, you know, reaching out for support, and that you are finding the space to be vulnerable with yourself and allowing yourself to be vulnerable with others, okay? Because there are people that do understand and do love and care for you, okay? All right, that was a message for somebody. Let's see what this is talking about this morning. Emotional withdrawal. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that somebody is in the space of like, you just walked away from something, or you feel like now is the time to kind of call it quits on something, but not because it, you know, it's not for any other reason but for self, you know. It can just, you realizing that you're not going to put yourself in positions that are unfavorable. You know, you're not going to put yourself in positions that are undesirable anymore. You know, it's that soul searching. It's like, you know what, I got to do this for me. It's not about how you feel. It's not about what other people think. It's not about how I'll be viewed or perceived. It's about, this is what's best for me. Like, you know, and that is this Scorpio moon, man. And it's interesting because it's the emotional withdrawal is the number 8. It's like 8 of cups. And 8 is Scorpio's number, 8th house. You know, the infinity, it's death and rebirth. And that's what it is. We are in the year of the snake. And I posted yesterday on my Instagram that year of the snake is shedding its last layers. You know, you're almost fully out of your old shell and into a bigger, better version of yourself. So you can be finding yourself in a space where you're just, like I said, not you're not at all conforming. You know, I watched The Sandman on Netflix, which is a great series, y'all. It's from the DC comic. So I don't know if you're familiar with the comics or the show. They're both good. They're both great. But in The Sandman, towards the end of the show, he was ready to go. He was ready to move on, you know, and he told his sister, Death, Like, I'm ready. I don't want to, you know, I'm tired. You know, it's something like that. And I don't think that it's necessarily somebody ready to give up on life. That is like that sometimes when people are old and sick. They're just like, you know what, I'm tired, I'm done. And they sort of like pass on after that. But I feel like this is just, you know, having the will to let old ways die. You know, having the will to let an old version of yourself die, an old way of thinking, old patterns, old toxic habits, old regular habits. You know, maybe you're just tired of the same routine, even if it was something that was good. It's like, okay, it's like no pain, no gain, right? Like, I have to change up the workout. Otherwise, I'm not going to be building muscle anymore. You know, after a while, you have to, it's repetitive for some time. But at some point you do got to switch it up, because now your body has adjusted to this. And so there's no growth for it, right? So it's being in that state this week. It's actually very beautiful energy, if I'm really being frank. Like, I know that some people would consider this like sad or remorseful, but it doesn't give that. It gives like a very necessary death, you know, a very necessary transformation, something you've been ready for, you've been prepared for some time. And so it just feels really easy. It feels effortless. It feels destined. It's just time, you know, it's time is what I'm hearing. It's time. Yeah. Look, man, conflict and defeat with triumph. You won the battle, you know. Look at the bottom. Material and spiritual prosperity. And you see that? I love that it says material and spiritual prosperity. And this man is just overlooking his veranda, and he's like, he's at peace. Like, even though you don't see his face, you can tell that he's just taking it all in. He's proud. He's at ease. He's at his leisure. You understand? Because he's overcome all of this. He's been able to face adversity, you know, defeat adversity, overcome adversity. And it's just a very, very prosperous time. I feel like some of you are about to enter, especially for the new year, you know, entering into the spring, you know, because I don't consider, for some people, yeah, but the calendar New Year is not really New Year's to me. The spring equinox is New Year. Just be patient. Yeah, 414, 414. I feel like that's going to be very important. Yep. Crown chakra at the bottom. This is a time to take it all in. The offers are there. You see, this is almost like the same man that was on the material and spiritual prosperity. With that and patience, Spirit is requiring you to take it easy, okay? You don't have to get right back into something. It's taking it all in. It's that, like, the offer is here. We have it for you. We know where you're going. We know you're not going backwards. We're not going to allow you to go backwards. But take your time. You know, I don't want to say it's a time of rest or rejuvenation so much. It's just a time to be still. You know, there's a difference between being still and doing nothing. There's a difference between being calm and at peace and being bored, you know, and I don't want you to confuse that, because I feel like somebody will. Do not confuse your boredom, your stillness for doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same thing. Spirit is allowing you a time to just sort of be, exist, breathe, right? And do whatever you want in this time, but not too much, you know. Keep it light, Dutch. I just keep it light. It's something like that. Somebody's nickname could be Dutch. Yeah. Look, that fell when I picked up the deck. It just fell out. There is a great harmony coming into your life, okay? There's a great balance being restored in your body, like in your nervous system, in your mind. Definitely spiritually, you have elevated something crazy. You have definitely achieved some rank. You know, you've accomplished something spiritually here. and as above, so below. And it will manifest into the reality, but the timelines are different. Time doesn't really exist, you know, outside of matter. So it's one of those things where you have to trust. I'm trying to tell you, firm foundation, recognition, and reward. And you see how this man is like bowing. He is, masculine energy is potent, but he is, you know, receiving his accolades humbly so. It's like when somebody gets an award, when you see celebrities get awards and they go up and they give their speech and they seem like overwhelmed, obviously with joy, but with great humility. Like they might cry, they're thanking God, they're thanking their fans. It's kind of that energy that I'm getting where you get to be on that veranda, you get to be in that beautiful home and kind of just in that beautiful job, you know, whatever this is, it's like in life. Because again, there's something about just existing here. Doesn't matter where you are. It's like you're going to get to feel like I made it. I did it. I'm strong. You know, I feel good. I'm proud. You're proud of yourself. This is very proud. Okay, but the good kind, not the sinful kind. This is like very, like, I ate that. I did that. You know what I mean? And it's okay to pat yourself on the back. It's okay to clap for you. And with recognition and reward, there are other people clapping for you too. It's not, you know, there are people in the room. My God. Foundation and achievement. Y'all, this reading is so nice. Let's get some extra messages. That's how real it is. I don't want to even distort this. Like this is so good. You've made your ancestors very proud. Okay, you've made the people around you very proud. You've made God very proud, and most of all, most importantly, believe it or not, you made yourself very proud. Okay, this is like proud of self. A lot of self-worth here. A lot of self-worth here, because you've healed. Okay, you did a great job at going within to hug this child, to hug this baby, you know. Maybe that was the special needs message at the beginning. It could not be, maybe you don't have necessarily documented a special need or some sort of mental disability or neurodivergency or nothing like that, or your child or whoever. Maybe it's, you know, thank you. It's like what the message the Spirit has given me is that we all have special needs. That's kind of the reality of it. And it's not in that scientific way, but it's like we all have a very unique story. You know, we have, even though as a collective, we feel the same things, we go through the same emotions, and we are one. We are the many and the one. That's right. But it's unique to us the way it plays out, the way it pans out. You know, there's no chronological order that people follow. You know, so we all have special needs. We all go through things in life that require special attention. That, you know, that's why they're the love languages, right? And while all are healthy, there's an order for some people, and they don't all go in the same order, right? Like some women really like they love men is big, the words of affirmation thing. And I'm like, I could care less. You know, it's not that I don't want to hear how you feel about me. Of course, I like to talk. I love words, but that's not my first love language. I'm not so impressed with somebody telling me how beautiful I am and all of this. I'm more so like, show me. Acts of service. Fuck that. Show me how you feel. You don't need to tell me nothing, because your actions are going to speak louder. But that's just me. Some people need the words of affirmation. Some people need to have gifts given to them all the time, or, you know, so it's the same concept. We all have unique requirements. We all have special desires and needs and expectations for how we are to be cared for, to be treated, to be taught. You know, we all have it in a unique way. And that's what Spirit is saying here. Like, your special needs, you know, they will be met. They will be, you know, you worked hard to get what you deserve, you know, and that's what makes you proud of it. And despite whatever was not accommodated to you, no matter how bad you might have needed the love, the support, the trust, whatever it is, even in moments when you weren't accommodated, you still made shit happen. You still got through. And so this is a time that Spirit wants you to just be easy. You know, the hard work is done for now. And it's like, you gotta be easy. It may feel like a reboot to the nervous system, but I'm getting it as a relief more than like a tick or a weird anxiety thing, you know? It's some of you are just not used to being calm. You're not used to being at peace. You're not used to being at your leisure. You're not used to not having chaos or 1,000 things to do. And so it's very new territory for some of you. But I promise you, it's fine. And I promise you, you're not bored. You're not alone. You know, like you're not lonely. It's not those things. This is just God saying, breathe. And then I'm going to bombard you with some greatness here, because that's going to pull emotion out of you as well. Good emotion, but emotion nonetheless. And the way somebody was a nervous roller coaster through all of this, or a goddamn wreck, it's like, we're going to give you a break before we explode you with more fucking emotions, right? But the emotions are definitely going to be happy ones, let me tell you. Growth at the bottom. You have the healing inner child, epiphany and breakthrough, divine intervention and fate. You see what I'm saying? And that detours, the word detours there was where this reading started. So we're wrapping it up, full circle moment. It's that emotional withdrawal, leaving things that no longer serve you, are no longer favorable, are no longer part of your story. You know, you beat it already. Been there, done that, got the fucking t-shirt. And you're going to hang the t-shirt up on your wall. And you're going to put your autograph on there. And you'll be able to look at it and smile. And remember and say, I did that. You know, it's like getting your first Grammy or your first Oscar or some shit. That's how this feels. Somebody can really be like a celebrity. Yep. Just be patient, okay? Patience has come up twice here. And I do feel like with this patience and planning card, remember you had the patience card here. Let me show y'all so y'all remember. Sagittarius energy, very strong. Jupiter energy. With this though, you see this patience and planning, and there's this light coming down from the sky through these two very strong pillars. And it's being showered, right? There's a shower here. It's abundance. God is preparing your seat. He's been preparing your seat, actually. But now, you know, the table was set already. What I want to say is they're preparing your feast. Like now it's like, okay, it's birthday time, it's party time. Bring in the champagne, get the caterers on the phone. We're about to hook it up. You know, like now it's about to get busy. They're hiring the entertainment. We need music. We need this. It's like, so just be still, because I feel like there are very, very abundant, prosperous, successful, just like all the rewards are coming, and they're coming from a divine source, okay? They're coming from the source, and I love that for you. I'm going to leave it right there. Love, light, and abundance.